Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to listen to my channel and watch my channel. Um, I am going to do another video. The reason I wasn't doing a video on Friday was because I wasn't really feeling well. And when I'm not really feeling well, you know, I don't really do videos. So, anyway, it's nice to do another video. So, anyway, I am going to be talking about this book I've been reading, and I'm going to be ranting about it. So, the book that I'm reading is called Between Shades of Grey, and I just finished the book. So, let me tell you a bit about the book. Just warning you, I am not good at describing books at all. Like, I am very bad at it. So, if I'm keeping out details or if I'm missing anything, just don't get mad, okay? Okay. So basically, this book is about this girl named Lena who is from Lithuania, and she's from Lithuania, and she lives with her family and everything. And this book is based on like the 40s, based on World War II, and like Stalin invading, like basically the Soviet Union invading like different countries. So like this book, like, so Stalin and his people were like invading Lithuania in this book. And so there are some people who were on the list that were like taken prison. So like people who are like I know, like musicians or like artists, or worked in like schools and stuff, or like the university. So Lena's dad worked in the university and everything, and I don't know, they didn't like that. They were against that. So Lena and her family were taken away and like in prison and everything. And her dad, honestly, I don't really know really what happened to her dad. So I know he went to like this prison or anything. I don't know if he got shot or not. I don't know if he like died. Anyway, um oh my goodness, I'm so bad at describing books. So anyway, okay. You know what I did not really like in the book? So basically, they like the NKVD, they are like, okay, the NKVD are like police back then. So basically, they just came to their house and just like told them to like pack up their suitcases and leave their house in like 20 minutes. Like, how can you do that in like 20 minutes? And like, why should they leave their house, the house that they love, the house that they grew up in? Like, but I was so mad. Like, I didn't really even get it. Like, so like Lena's mom and Lena's mom was just like rushing her and her brother Jonas to like leave the house, pack. She even broke her china because she was like, she loved the china so much, and that like she was just so so afraid that um I don't know. She just so afraid that like they would steal it or something like that. So she breaks it, and then some NKVD officers come into her house and be like, "How dare you ruin Soviet property?" It's like, it's their stuff. It's their stuff. They got it. Like, it's not the Soviets' things. And like, it just made me mad. Also, like the when they were on the truck and everything, oh, that was quite disturbing, because like there's this bald man who kind of knew where they were. I don't know if he like kind of knew where they were going or not, but like it seemed like he did have an idea, and like he kind of knew that like some of them were gonna die or anything like that, and so like he was screaming like all gonna die, we're all gonna die. Like basically he was telling the truth that like some like they were in a situation where they probably were gonna go somewhere that they were gonna die, and like that bald man knew that, and so like he tried to leave the train, but then yeah, he got caught. I mean, he tried to leave the truck, but yeah, he got caught. Yeah. I felt so bad. Like I can't imagine being in that situation. Like, and like it's like so crowded in that truck and everything like that. And then this mom who's in labor goes in that truck. I mean, no, she just came out of labor. She just came out of labor and she just gave birth to a baby. And they all were in that truck. And like it was hot in there, and like the mom was just crying and everything. And like even like the doctors even said like the baby wouldn't even survive in that truck, but the NKVD didn't even care. They just like put the baby and the mom in there and everything. And the mom just came out of labor. It's like, and she just gave birth. It's like, are you serious? But yeah, she was in that truck, and like they eventually just like went to this other, I think it was like a train station or something. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad. I have bad memory. I have really bad memory. So I think they went to like this train station or something like that. I don't even know. I need to look back into the book. I don't want to be giving out wrong information, but they went to the like train station or something like that, and like they had to go on this in this other car, and like it was just chaotic. Like there were just so many people getting separated from their family, and like they were just like crying. Even like Jonas almost got separated from like the Vilkis family. That's Lena and her mom. Their last name is Vilkis. And her brother Jonas almost got separated from their family, and the mom had to trade in a watch so he wouldn't have to leave. I'm like, are you serious? She had that watch for like almost her whole life, and she had to like give it away to one of the NKVD people, and she had to give that watch away, and that watch meant a lot to her, but she would rather sacrifice that watch than sacrifice her kid being taken away. And that's really true love. Like I really love that really much. And so she had to do that, and let me just tell you about the parts that made me so upset in the book. The parts that made me so upset in the book. So basically, the parts that made me so upset in the book, I'm going to be skipping parts, so just warning you, I'm going to be skipping parts of the book. One part was when they went to this like bathhouse, and then they had to like strip, and then like the man was like these guards and the commander of the NKVD were like touching the women inappropriately and touching Lena inappropriately, and she, oh my goodness, it was, I just did not like that at all. I was so grossed out, like I was so grossed out for them, like that's so disgusting. So they were being touched inappropriately, and I really did not like that part. Another part I did not like was when the woman who had the baby, her name was Ona, I think. Her baby died, and she was grieving for her baby. And she started yelling, and like, cause like, she was like bleeding basically, and you know, she had to like, she had no doctor to go to. Her baby died. Her husband, it was like nowhere to be seen, and she's like grieving, yelling, and like the they were like telling her to be quiet and everything, but like she can't be quiet because she, like, she's grieving and everything. And then they like they beat her and everything, and then they shoot her and they just like leave her lying there. I'm like, oh my goodness, I felt so emotional when I was reading that part because like I felt so bad. I felt so bad for her. Like I can't even I can't even imagine being in her shoes right now. I really can't imagine being in her shoes. And I can't imagine like how Lena and her family were being treated. They were always being called pigs, and everywhere they go went, like they were like basically always starving. Like basically when they were like at this like uh this farm, I think. I remember this was one part they're at like this farm, and Lena and her family were like living with like this woman named Alyushka, I think her name was. And like they had to work to get ration of bread. And you know what how Lena described the amount of ration of bread? She could literally almost close her hand around the loaf. That's how small the bread was, and that's the how much the bread was supposed to feed her and her family. I'm like, are you serious? You had to like that, like if you had to like cut a slice like that is like so small. I'm not even joking. That is like so small. So she had to like eat that, and like half the time like Alyushka, she had like potatoes and all that vegetable stuff, and she wouldn't even share until the end because Lena's mom is a very great person, and she shared her food that Lena earned from drawing the commander. Oh my goodness, I don't even know why he needed to be drawn. Like he was just acting like all full of himself just because of all that. He was just acting all full of himself. I really did not like that. Like he was just like looking at himself like and just like, oh my goodness, he was just so full of himself. I'm like, oh my goodness, no. But yeah, she had to draw him. And you know how she got her food? They threw the food at her and her brother Jonas. So they threw the potatoes and the eggs and the flour and the bread at her, and like some food hit her shins and it really hurt. And some of the food was even rotten, like plain rotten. And like, Kretsky would do that. He would throw the food at her and everything, like, and then like he would be like laughing, like, and all the NKVD would be like cheering for him as he threw the food. I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't know if they were like drunk, but they're cold in general. Which make me like, I just felt sick to the stomach reading that book. It was an interesting book, but I did feel sick to the stomach. But I mean, I really didn't understand why Kretsky had to do that. 'Cause like, I did learn later on that Kretsky was very nice to Lena's mom. Um, Apparently, when Lena's mom was going to meet. Okay, there's this grouchy woman that is very grouchy, and on one of the car rides, there's this little hole that like you could like have like, that's the only source of air that they had, was this little hole that you had, like that's the only source of air they had. You can have air there, and then people go and like urinate and all that. But like that woman was like hogging that hole to herself. She was just a grouchy woman. Anyway, so when Lena's mother was gonna go see that grouchy woman, and they were gonna go back to their shack that she was with Alyushka in. As she was walking there, like some NKVD were like taunting her and like pulling up her dress and everything like that. And Kretsky, he he shooed them away, and like he helped her and the grouchy woman walk a couple. He brought them a couple kilometers back to their sh- um shack. But then he also, like, no, Lena's mom also asked Kretsky if he can help her find her husband. And I believe um that's what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be helping her and everything like that. And like, but basically in that, there's this one part in there where basically he was gonna be helping her, yeah, find her dad. I mean, find her husband. Oh my goodness, her husband. He was gonna be helping her find her husband. But then also there's this one part in the book where um so he was Kretsky later on was telling Lena how he, oh my goodness, I can't even pronounce these names, but he was basically going to okay, so he was basically gonna okay, oh my goodness, I'm stuttering so much. So basically he was going to go to Jatsku, I think that's how you say it. No, Jatkuts. I don't even know how to say that name. But he was gonna go there because his mother's relatives live there. And so basically he was gonna go there. Wait, no. He was gonna go to Colima because his mother's relatives live there, but he wasn't allowed going there because I think it's because he helped Lena's mom, so he was basically gonna go in prison basically, and his prison was he had to go with Lena and the rest of the people to this isolated place that was so cold, and they had to build jurdas in this place, and it was like it was basically very infested with lice and disgusting diseases. A lot of their jurdas were, and a lot of these people died at the end because of it. A lot of these people died at the end because of it. And so basically Kretsky had to go there. But I mean, he didn't really suffer as much as Lena and the rest of them did, because he went into the buildings where the rest of the NKVD were, because he was basically helping them. And yeah, he was basically helping them, but he was basically a very nice person as well. And let me just think. Yeah, he was also the person that later on, as like, cuz like when they were all getting sick at the end, when they finally went to their destination, they were all getting sick. Cuz remember when I said about the place that was like filled with like lice and stuff, and like the place that they were isolated at, they were all getting sick and everything like that, and they were all cold. Lena's mom actually died in that place because in the winter time it gets very cold, and they're in like a small, they call it a jurta, and it's so small, and it's like can't, and like I think like over 25 people are in each 25 people each are in one of them, and it's like so small, and it basically has like some holes in it that like snow and stuff can, wind and stuff can go through, and it basically is like not even strong at all. So like they're, everyone's like basically dying there, and that's not That's just horrible. That's just so horrible. And the NKVD are in like these amazing buildings with like plenty of food, plenty of warmth, no infestations of any diseases or any lice, which I'm gonna just punch them right now. No. But yeah, but later on Kretsky, I don't know how he contacts this doctor, but then he contacts this doctor and this doctor comes and helps them at least. And so kind of like that kind of like gets everyone like feeling much better. I really thank Kretsky for that. Even though he threw moldy food at Lena and her family, but I mean I'm so mad about that, but I do thank him for saving um the rest of the people. I did kind of feel bad for Kretsky because he is Polish and he his mom died when he was 5 years old, and wait, his dad is Russian but his mom is Polish, and his mom died when he was 5 years old, and when he was 6 years old his dad remarried another Russian woman, and that woman hated Kretsky because Kretsky's Polish, and yeah, that's why Kretsky wanted to go to um Kolima, I think it's called, to sorry if I'm butchering words, but to see his relatives on his mom's side, but he couldn't do that because yeah. But oh my goodness, I felt so bad because also in this one part of the book, Lena liked this guy named Andreas that she met on one of the cars, and because Andreas was also trying to find his dad, and so they did. Lena did find her dad, and he was in one of the cars, so she basically had to sneak through that like hole. Apparently, that hole like connects to other cars. I think there's like I think like a big train or something, but like yeah, it connects to other cars. I don't know how it does that, but yeah. So then they finally find the car that Lena's dad is in. Him, Andres, and Jonas, and the dad does Lena's dad brings Lena like ham through the one of the holes where there are feces and urine in, but that's the only way. And the dad gives Lena their the wedding ring that belonged to like the mom and him. But I found that sweet. But yeah, that's how I think like that's how Andreas and Lena met, and they've been very close. Like they always like talked and everything, and they once even kissed, which I find nice. But then that's when like they once even kissed, and like they smoked books. I don't even know why they did that. They smoked books together. So weird. But then Lena and her family and some other people had to leave because they were on the list and they had to go to that cold, infected place. They actually thought they were going to go to America, but they weren't. They're going to go somewhere else that was, I don't even know where they went. I don't even know the name, but it was horrible. But yeah, they had to go there. And yeah, that's basically like what happened in the book. Like she never saw Andreas again. And the ending was a bit weird because it just talked about how she saw this like I think glitter or something between shades of gray or something like that. I don't even know, but the ending was just abrupt and it didn't give me much detail, like if she found Andreas or if she found any more information about her dad. Or I wish she went back to Lithuania, but she didn't. But yeah, that's the book, and it was an annoying book, and it was a great, interesting book. I know I left things out in the book, but yeah, That's what happened. So yeah. I'll see you guys later.